Okay, good morning, guys. It is 10:30 on Wednesday, the 19th of April, 2023. And as I'm sure you've seen from the title, this is week two of year one in this fire journey. As I've also mentioned, I'm making use of a relatively new laptop and along with a Bluetooth headset. So please bear with me if the sound is just not quite as loud as it might be, or indeed if there's some other issue with the quality of the video. I will review that and make changes if it looks like that needs to be done. So let's get ahead and have a look and see how things are going at present. Just a reminder back to the COVID effects back in 2020 and the market recovery that has happened since that. Then a bit of stagnation at the start of the Russia-Ukraine war, aka West versus East, all over again. And as you can see at present, the blue line here is just very slightly above the green line, which means that we are in positive territory. I had a look earlier, it looks as if that's the case from Friday. So as things stand, current portfolio value up 0.75%. And despite the fact that for the day the market's down almost 0.5%, but as you can see, the other measures there show that generally there's more green than red, and I quite frankly think that we are probably going to start to see the recovery from the Ukraine war in the next 12 to 24 months. And another indicator, if you like, that gives me hope that that is the case is the price at the pumps. If you go to buy diesel or petrol these days, you'll find that the price is on a par with what it was just before Russia invaded Ukraine. And as we know, that had a massive impact on fuel prices at that time. So the fact that they've near enough returned to normal suggests to me that things are looking good. Guys, let's go ahead and do our weekly purchase. So today we're buying £120 of the Vanguard S&P 500, quoted here in pounds. Obviously, it is the American market that this is based on, but this variety, if you like, is quoted in pounds. There's pros and cons to that. On the plus side, I suppose if you're in the UK, it's a familiar currency, and there's no foreign exchange fee to pay when you buy and sell, if you're buying and selling in your own currency. So by doing this, hypothetically, you would keep your fees down. On the other side of that coin, if you were to buy, or basically, if you were to trade in dollars, which is possible to do, if your account is an account in pounds sterling, then each time you buy or sell, you will incur a small foreign exchange fee. Equally, that then opens your portfolio up to variations in exchange rates. And I suppose, you could argue that that's automatically built in. If you're trading in pounds, well, those pounds will be affected by the exchange rate. Um, but if you're actually doing it in dollars, as well as your foreign exchange fee to buy or sell, your portfolio value, um, as as expressed in pounds, would be open to um, exchange rate fluctuations as well. And like most things, it works in both directions. It can be helpful or it can be damaging. And I suppose that's one aspect of fire that I haven't actually heard an awful lot said about. Um, and I suppose maybe a lot of the reason for that is that most of the proponents of the S&P 500 um, typically would be Americans, and typically they would be trading in US dollars, and therefore they're not subject to the exchange rate risk. Um, so that's probably why there's not much said about that. Um, Personally speaking, there's something that tells me that even though it's the American market that we're trading, I think where you are going to be investing in pounds, um, spending in pounds in later life, and that's that is, let's say, your currency of operation. To me, it makes more sense to to trade in pounds. As I say, it does away with that foreign exchange fee. Now, that said, that fee is fairly minimal. But nevertheless, I suppose if you take that over the life of an investment portfolio, um, and you're adding weekly amounts as I am, you're talking about 52 times per year paying a fee, um, and that would add up to a certain extent. It's not going to be massive, but nevertheless, it may be something to consider. Anyhow, as I say, this is the pound sterling variety of the market. It is possible to buy it in, certainly possible to buy directly in dollars. I think it's also possible to buy a euro version of it as well. Um, so yeah, hypothetically, depending on where you are, you may well find that you can trade the S&P 500 in your local currency. I suppose I was going to say that maybe if your currency was a lesser player in the market, you may find it more difficult to sell, as and when you choose. But quite frankly, I think the S&P 500 is one of the biggest exchange traded funds that exist. So I think that argument is probably invalid. I would expect there will be decent liquidity across all the different varieties of the market. So as you saw there, I had put through the purchase for this week. What I don't understand just at present is that on the right hand side here, I've got a portfolio value 6521, but below here it's showing me oh, I do understand now, 6640. Okay, so the investment has happened, but on the right hand side, as has happened in the past, this has not updated. No big deal. Just to take a quick look at the average. So average price, currently £62.57. Current price 62.97. So we are currently in the green. That's frankly an insignificant amount in the green, but as you can see, our portfolio value is growing nicely, and we'll keep going on the fire journey. And guys, I hope those of you that are interested in investing, I hope you do some research, and it's never a bad idea to consult. I would say an independent financial advisor, or other equivalents, depending on which country you're in, to find out basically if this kind of investment is something that could work for you, or would make sense for you based on your own financial circumstances. I think that's probably all that really needs to be said on that. But before you would invest any kind of a significant amount in the stock market, you need to be fairly sure within yourself that you will be able to to ride the market, to take the lows as well as the highs, and not just give up the first time the market takes a tumble and end up selling yourself short, which in actual terms what that refers to is basically selling at a loss. And in fact, if there's a chance that you might do that, well then, quite frankly, you should not invest. You would be better off putting your money into a bank, some kind of an account which would generate a reasonable rate of interest, and you would you would do better that way. So guys, I will stop there. I'm not sure how long I've been broadcasting this morning, but as I say, I need to have a check, see whether or not the sound levels are okay, and just have a figure in general to see whether this format is working, and basically take it from there. So if you've been watching today, thank you for watching. If you enjoy the content, please hit the like button, and if you're interested in following the journey, then by all means, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good end to your day.